I'm gonna be honest. I was shocked listening to this album.
Yeah.
And I was shocked on a lot of different sides. One of the sides I was shocked on was number one, the production is crazy on here. And when I started looking at some of the names on here, I see why. Like
Mhm.
there are he pulled out some big names as far as even just as far as who was playing instruments on this album.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as I was going through, that's definitely one thing that I noticed. Thundercat being one of the person who played a lot of the guitar and bass
I
on a
love
lot of the songs on
Thundercat.
there. Whenever Thundercat comes around, you already know it's serious.
Yeah.
But I mean, different writers from Daniel Caesar, different vocalists that I was going through and looking at some of the names on it, and I was like, oh no, this was an expensive album to produce, and I can tell by the way it
Mhm.
sounds, man. Overall, I was shockingly impressed with the album. Like I said, I've never listened to a full Tyler the Creator album before, so this is me stepping in just completely blank slate, no expectations at all. And I mean, there's some songs over here that I really like, and I'll get to those in a minute. But what were your overall thoughts on the album?
Listen, man. I've been a Tyler fanatic really since, and on a earlier podcast, I actually said Flower Boy. It's really Woof. I would say Woof, which came out in 2013. I've been like hooked on Tyler's sound. He's one of those creative people, like when it comes to composition, writing, producing, the whole gambit. Like he just does it so well. And when you listen to a song, you know it's distinctly him. Very few rappers I feel like have that quality. Tyler is one of those top tier artists or rappers who have top tier artistry. Like he takes chances. He uses offbeat vocals and like off kilter, like, instrumentation to really like bring some of his rapping skills, which are also top notch, to life. And he has like what you would think is odd collaborations, but when you actually listen to the song, you like, I see what you did here. Like you have one of those minds, bro. It reminds me, not to the same level, but it kind of reminds me of Pharrell. It's like almost like a just a unique genius about it. Um and like you either love it, you're drawn to it, or it kind of rubs you the wrong way sonically, cool, whatever. But you know when you hear them, it's distinctly them. So Chromatopia, I hope I said it right. Chromacopia, sorry, is like another great album, bro. Like I listened to it and I was like, this is a pleasant album. Like that's all I could think of. Like it almost, I know the cover art, you know what I mean? Like Tyler does that creative things where it's underpinned with like these unique ideas that only Tyler can really think of. So it kind of it may take certain listeners out of the project, but
Yeah.
like from Igor to, like I said, Flower Boy, Call Me If You Get Lost, like he has some of those similar like musical notes, bro, and I love it, and I've
Yeah.
loved it for a while. So some of my favorite songs, we can talk about that, is uh let me see. I think Darling I'm a big Tizo Touchdown fan. So any him and Tyler collaborating, bro, already on paper, that's a win for me. But actually listen to it, I loved it. I love Hey Jane, Judge Judy. I didn't think I would like this song because a particular artist is on it. I think you know where I'm going with it.
I already know.
Sticky. I love Sticky, bro. Like
No.
I love, and the thing that I really appreciate in this album, his songs are usually multi-layered, like whether it's thematic or musical, whatever, a mixture of both. But like the way the beat shifts and the things kind of alternate, bro, like I just love it. Because it takes you in on like almost like a roller coaster, like musical experience. You feel me? And I think Sticky even did that for me. As well as other songs on this album. I love seeing Doechii on Balloon. Like, you know what I mean? I love him and Schoolboy Q, who typically they make great songs when they do collaborate. He's on Thought I Was Dead. So, bro, I love this album. To me, we can talk about where it lands for me as far, and it's still early. It only came out like a day ago, at
Yeah.
the point of this recording. But yeah, like I love it, and I think it's one of his best works, bro.
Nice, nice. Yeah, man. On first listen, I like I said, I don't have anything to compare it to, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely were a lot of standout songs on here for me that I thought were dope. Like Top hard.
The tie, yeah.
Like that one stood out for sure. A lot of good storytelling on the album that I definitely noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Um Hey Jane definitely one.
Yeah.
I Killed You. Take Your Mask Off, I thought was a dope, great song.
Yes. Yes.
Thought I Was Dead, I loved. And I'm gonna be honest, Sticky was crazy. Let me tell you, I that was one of them songs that I didn't want to like, but I was in the car like, yo, this is crazy. Like
Mhm.
super creative, produced well. Everybody comes in just at the right point. Like
Mhm.
a genius concept. Like it really sounds like somebody in a cafeteria beating and rapping along. Like it's crazy. And Wayne goes crazy for like a good
True.
8 bars, goes in.
Mhm.
Like Glorilla voice sounds dope on it. Like it's really that song I was really impressed with. Like that was one of the more entertaining songs I've heard in a long time. Like I was
Mhm.
actually like fully drawn to it for the whole 4 minutes or however long it was.
Mhm.
Um, dope man. Judge Judy I like too.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. There was more that I liked on here than disliked. There's a few on here. Sometimes Tyler the Creator, like I said,
Mhm.
a little weird for me. There's certain lines he says that
Mhm.
I'm just like, all right, that's corny. Like there's certain stuff in there I'm just not gonna feel.
Mhm.
But at the same time, like there's a lot of creative lines in there. There's a lot of bars in there. The rapping on here is actually really, really good on a lot of these songs.
Amazing. Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. I like I said, I was thoroughly impressed by the whole album. And this to me sounds, and of course, unfortunately, I almost think he should have put this out earlier this year because this definitely probably would have been Grammy nominated, and it probably will be for the next go round, for the
Mhm.
next Grammy cycle because
Yeah.
it sounds like one of those albums. The amount of like things he talks about, the production, is just a really high quality album. So like I said, listening to it, man, I thought I was gonna be able to come in here when we thought about Tyler the Creator dropping. I thought I was gonna be able to come in here and talk crazy, but I'm not able to because I
Yeah.
liked it. Like there's a couple songs in here that definitely got added to my playlist. Like it's a solid part. And as somebody who, like I said, wouldn't typically listen to this I almost want to say this genre of not even genre is not even the word I'm looking for, but this type of rapper.
Mhm.
Like Tyler the Creator, even though he's a dope rapper, he opened the door for a lot of goofy stuff to come in hip hop. I don't think we get a
Did
six
he?
nine if there's no Tyler the Creator. I don't think we get. He kind of was the first troll. I don't think. I think Tyler the Creator
Mm.
was the first like person who was like, I'm just a full troll. I'm gonna say crazy stuff and just
Mm.
shock value artists. You know what I mean? Where it's just
Mm.
like people are tuning in initially because you're saying something shocking or off putting or whatever the case may be. At least he's the first one I could think of that was like that.
I
Um,
think I don't know about musically. I would say like he brought oddball like personalities in this new kind of legion of artists. Like, because obviously you had like somebody like a ODB, right? Like he had personality.
that's
Like there was
true.
personalities far before Tyler, but I think like his kind of personality, like he calls himself Felicia the cat. You know what I mean?
See what I'm saying? Goofy
On
stuff.
on social media or whatever, and he just says weird stuff. Like he'll be like, "Yo, he'll tweet like." We just had too much access to a young Tyler the Creator. I think that's really what it was. Like he'll
Yeah,
tweet
and
about his farts and everything. You know what
yeah, he was the kid
I
sniffing markers, man. You know what I mean?
mean? He was
You
a
know what I
little
mean?
different.
He was the kid running down the hallway with a cape on. You know what I mean? He was that kid. That
Yeah.
everybody had one of them. Everybody had a him in their school. You know what I'm saying? He just
Yo.
happens to be really great at music, which is
Yeah.
dope. And it's almost well, I guess it's a double-edged sword because it's like on one hand, you're like you hear him now talking about how he's not necessarily appreciated in hip hop, but
Mhm.
it's like it's because you came out doing goofy stuff. So like, but at the same time, maybe he wouldn't have made it if he didn't do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I
So
think like that's one of his superpowers in a sense because like I'm not comparing him to Kanye, but in the sense that Kanye was looked at, especially when gangster rap was like peak, like that was like peak, like in
yeah,
the mid 2000s, really when he was like coming out and he was a kid with Louis Vuitton book bag and a pink polo with the collar flipped up, which is like some country club cornball stuff, but he made it work for him, right? And like you know what I mean? Like his music backed it up. Don't get me wrong. You kind of can
yeah.
oversee a lot of that stuff, which was kind of considered a little unconventional at the time. Tyler was beyond unconventional.
I was just gonna say
Let's start there.
Kanye
He's
was dressing
yeah.
preppy and doing pranks and coming on social
Yeah.
media talking like really just being a troll. It was
Yeah.
it's different. It's
Yeah.
different. And I think that took away, like I said, it took away people who are traditional hip hop fans, like somebody like me would didn't listen to him just because that was his imagery. And he, like I said, he even had a show, a whole TV show of that.
Yeah, whole TV show. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like not, but so a lot of people didn't tune in, but at the same time, he was able to build a fan base that was younger. You know what I mean? And I feel like he built a younger fan base, probably of the age group that you're in, about that who probably like 26, 25 to 27 now
Yeah.
are, y'all were young. I was like already a teenager. So I'm looking at him like, well, I was already not even a teenager. Yeah, I was already like in high school when he came out. So I'm already looking like, what is,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
if you're
like
like in
bro
middle
had
school, it's probably funny to you. It's like, oh, this is
like
entertaining.
like bro had me rocking like some Perry Ellis, like almost like off like weird
Nah.
printed shirts with the like skinny
Bro,
khakis and pants, bro. Yeah.
you was buying the bro. So you actually would have won in buying that stuff that's in Zoomies.
I was. I was. If
I
I could
need
afford
pictures
it, I could.
ASAP. I need
Yeah.
pictures ASAP.
Yeah, if I couldn't do Zoomies, I definitely couldn't do Zoomies. I don't even know why I'm acting like I made purchases there, but definitely like on some Marshalls, TJ Maxx. Like if I could find an alternative, bro, I was in there, bro. I was grabbing it straight off the rack.
Yeah. I always wonder who was buying them shirts with the donut on it. And that was you with the socks with the okay.
Yeah, yeah. I was on that type of time, bro, with the dad hats or like whatever on top of it. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think Tyler is underappreciated, bro, because a lot of people don't look at him as like again a traditional hip hop artist because he's
Right.
not. Like he's like he's um carved out this niche like alternative rap like kind of like subgroup or subgenre, and he has for a while. He's
Yeah.
occupied that for a while.
Absolutely.
He's occupied it really by himself too, so I think that's why he's kind of like, you know, kind of dismissed a little bit earlier, or a little bit too common, or a lot more often than he should, I should say. But yeah, like
If I
I
knew
love,
he was making music like this, I would have tuned in.
for sure, he's been making music like that. And again,
If I
you're
knew.
not you weren't hooked to like Our Future like took you away from that. Like I get it.
Yeah.
Like if you listen to Tyler for a while, he's been sounding like this for a while. Like this quality to me has been here since, I would say, post Cherry Bomb. Cherry Bomb came out in 2015. So I think for the last nearly decade or so, he's been cranking some
Mm.
really high quality, just amazing music. There was a song on here I actually wanted to ask you about. Also wanted to make a comment on one. The thing that I didn't like about, it's one song on here. I'm trying to think of it. I think it's um maybe it's Balloon. I don't know. But anyway, there's a song on here that I'm like, the mixing is really bad on here. That was the mistake
Yeah.
that Cherry Bomb had. And I'm a little discouraged to see that one of these songs is just mixed like really bad. I think,
Yeah. I know.
again, Tyler's, yeah,
I can't remember what
superpower
song it
status.
was, but I remember running across it.
Yeah, I was just like, why did you make the levels like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, but other than that, one thing I wanted to ask you about is him saying like he's the best. Basically, he's the best thing in LA, like alongside Kendrick, like to come out of the West Coast or LA or whatever it was. I forgot the exact line,
I think he
but what your
said,
thought?
I remember that. I remember him saying something like,
Mhm.
I'm the best out the city after Kenny. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Something in that
Mhm.
range of him being the next. And I wanted to tell him, you're lying. Okay. Right now, no, after this
Wow.
beautiful review I just gave, stop it. Okay. No, you stop
Yo.
right. Actually, I haven't listened to all his music to say that, but from
Yeah.
this, stop it. Now,
I can make an argument, bro. I can make an
uh,
argument that
uh,
he's one of the best out of LA.
but,
But then you got to think about who's
brother,
out of LA, bro.
I
Yeah,
was just about brother.
yeah.
That means you're saying you're better than like, and I guess we got to define better
Yeah.
because if you're talking about rapping, no.
Or if we're talking the whole package,
Are we talking
who
about sales? Yes, probably, or like fame, probably. No, because you're not more famous than Snoop Dogg.
I don't, I hope he doesn't mean
You're not
like
more
of
famous than
all
Ice Cube.
time.
You know, he said out the city. Would mean the
If
LA.
he's talking like
Are
historically,
you talking about now? Like at the
I'm
moment?
thinking he's talking about now.
There's an argument for right now. If you're talking
That's what
about
I'm
that,
saying. Like
oh,
there's an
okay.
argument for right now.
If you're talking about right now out of Cali,
Mhm.
He probably is the next biggest artist after.
Yeah, I can't think of anybody that's as
Yeah,
big as him. Like Vince, of course, Vince is big.
Vince
Like,
is
don't
nowhere
get
near
me wrong.
big. Vince is nowhere near
That's
big.
what I'm saying. Like, he's nowhere near like a Tyler. Like, to me, like Schoolboy Q is big. Like, he's big. He's a big
Yeah,
artist,
but
but
no,
he's not topping. You know what I mean? Like,
you're not even
if
selling out any of the places that. Yeah, he might.
yeah,
Oh, if we're talking about. I thought you meant all time.
no, I don't think he's that foolish. I
I was just
think
gonna
like,
say no, no,
yeah,
because I was
mm,
gonna say now. Pac ain't technically from LA, but
yeah. I mean,
still.
that's a whole different
But
ball game.
if he's talking just solely right now, active
Mm.
rappers,
Yeah, I think he's up there.
I think he's right. And
Yeah.
I thought the bar was hard, by the way, when he said it.
Oh yeah, he's like he got a lot of quotables on here. I like this is how I like to think of like when artists say, "Oh, I'm the biggest." I think if you put like a lot of these artists in one festival at the same time, at the exact same time, their set is at the exact same time. It's at 9:15 p.m. Where is the crowd going to gravitate towards most? Period. If
Well, hold on. What festival?
Okay, everything is neutral. It has to be neutral. Like we're not
Look,
talking about a Coachella or like you know what I
no,
mean,
I'm
or
not even
Camp
talking about.
Flognog or something like that.
I'm talking about if, is it a white crowd or is it a black crowd?
Well, I'm gonna be
Because if
honest.
it's Roots
Uh,
Picnic, they ain't going to see Tyler. Let's be clear. They're
mm,
not. It's gonna be 50 people there. Let's be real.
yo, well, I have news for. I know our listeners know this. Outside of like a Roots or one music festival in Atlanta, most of them is white.
That's a
I'm gonna
fact.
be honest,
Almost
bro.
all the big ones,
Yeah,
Lollapalooza,
most of them
Coachella,
are white.
most of them are. So I tell you, so if you're not talking about black hip hop, if it's a black hip hop crowd, absolutely not. But
Yeah,
if it's a white one, yes, I would agree.
yeah. If it's a mixed crowd,
If it's a predominantly white crowd, then yeah, it would be Tyler the
uh,
Creator. And I think that's another thing that that certain artists like a Tyler the Creator, like a Donald Glover,
mm-hmm.
some of them aren't as big in the culture as they are in amongst the masses or the dominant society being white people, the majority.
Mm.
Um, yeah, and it is what it is. Their music just hasn't resonated the same
Exactly.
in different circles. Like you're not gonna hear Tyler the Creator's music at a party that's predominantly black. Now this album, it seems like he was more intentionally about including artists that it might bleed over into the culture a little bit more. So I don't know. Some of these I
And
think could stick around.
his last album, like it had
Yeah,
DJ Drama hosting it. I was like,
right,
but you don't see at all. Like you
right.
was like, wait, you had a DJ to host a album, bro? Like it's
Yeah.
different. So I think it's
It seems like he's trying to appeal to the hip hop crowd more.
yeah, and I think it's all already embedded in him, but I definitely see what you're saying. Yeah. More
Yeah,
conscious effort, maybe. Maybe
yeah,
on
a,
it.
little more kind. Like I said, I haven't heard his other albums to like I said compare it, but based on this one, man, like I said, hard. Like I was listening to this, I was like, I am shocked at how much I like this album because I just like I said, I went in there with a blank slate, so I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
that he was producing this level of music
Yeah.
and that his rapping was this good. To be honest,
Bro,
like
he's sharp, bro.
the storytelling on there was really, and like I said, even though some of the actual content might not resonate with me as much as far as the stuff
Mm-hmm.
he's talking about, but I can still acknowledge that it's well produced, well written.
Yeah.
It's just solid. Yeah.